Ahoy, friends. Welcome to Dory Dan's Small Boat Adventures. This may be a little bit different video from most of the ones I make. Figured I'd get a little story time in. So I'm out on Gloucester Harbor, board Centennial. And just about to go below decks. Turn the light on for a minute and let you guys take a look around. But so it's right around 10:30 or so, and getting ready for bed, but not quite there yet. In Gloucester for the schooner races next week. So, bed's ready to go. Super quiet night on the harbor. But, I've just been sitting out there on deck thinking, doing a lot of thinking about an upcoming project, which is kind of interesting, so I just figured I'd have a little fireside chat about that this episode. It's a boat that I built in 2005, right after I got laid off over at Lowell's Boat Shop over in along the Merrimack River there. So I've been building dories at Lowell's for about a year or so when they went through a financial crisis, and actually wasn't even employed by the company. It was some sort of a independent contractor type setup, but whatever. So I'd been making dory bottoms, and then the one employee who was left actually on the books, was planking the boats. So anyway, when I left there, I decided to go into start making boats myself, or at least try. And a buddy of mine, friend of mine from who goes to the church that I do, was willing to take a chance on me, and got a smoking deal on a really interesting boat. It was a dory that I'd been kind of formulating the design of for maybe the previous 5 years or so. Most of the time it was actually when I was at Pert Lowell and Company, working on town class sailboats. And I was also doing a lot of sunfish sailing at the time, which I have a great respect for the sunfish design. It's just so simple and yet so incredibly effective as a sailboat, and as just a way for exploring the tidal marshes and creeks and bays and whatnot. So I envisioned something similar to a sunfish, but just upgraded in size and dory built, something that you could swim off of and onto, but that also had a great speed potential as well, which the sunfish does. Relatively speaking, it's not a performance skiff, but it's a great little boat that outperforms bigger, heavier boats. So anyway, so this boat was also, I was looking at a lot of scows at the time. Massachusetts Bay scows from the late 1800s. Sea scows, scows, all kinds of different boats. And I'd actually taken a ride out to, forget if that was before or after this, but I drove out to Ohio to look at a scow. Didn't end up buying it, but it was an scow, so it's 28 feet. What a cool boat. So anyway, yeah, so I got the chance to build this boat, and it's sort of had a checkered history, a couple capsizes. Like I say, I mean, it's a performance boat, and the gent who bought it is a real athletic guy, and tends to kind of push the boat to its limits, and definitely tests those. So a couple capsizes, and so now like I said, that was 2005, so now we're 20, 15, 16 years later. And so the owner of the boat is at this point feeling his age a little bit and looking for a bit more docile boat, wants to slow down a little, wants something that's a bit easier to handle, and also something that's easier to put the mast up on. So, and then there was another incident with this particular boat where the mast got put up on the wrong side of some telephone wires at a boat ramp. So the mast actually didn't break when it hit the wires, but it took a bend, and probably compression damaged the spruce spar to the point where it was never quite straight. Like the bottom, maybe 6 feet of the mast has a bit of a curve to it now. So yeah, there's a number of issues there. So now we're looking at repairing that damage and shortening the mast, sort of in one, two birds with one stone or whatever. So I've just been sitting out on deck, kind of looking at the stars and watching all the lights on the harbor, listening to the live music that's playing over at the studio restaurant. They just wrapped up maybe 10 minutes ago or so. And just thinking about this boat, thinking about what we can do to it to get it up and running again, get it back out on the water, fix the mast, and maybe shorten the mast and make it easier to put up. So the original idea was to just get a new sail for it and cut a shorter mast and maybe put a mizzen mast on the boat, which would definitely be interesting. It sounds to me like some extra complication, though. So I kind of came back with an idea of shortening the existing mast, cutting the damage out. Like I said, it's the bottom 5 or 6 feet. Cutting out the damaged bottom section, which is also, one of the beefiest parts of the mast. Oh, I should say it's a solid spruce spar. It's about 2 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. So anyway, cutting the bottom 6 feet or so off the spar, and then recutting the sail, and then making a gaff. So turn it into a gaff rigger. And so you basically cut the head of the sail at an angle. That could be done without really damaging the shape too badly. And then just run it as a gaff sail. So, so that thought, I've been kicking that around in my head, and then, so as I was out there, I was thinking, well, maybe we could do something like a sliding gunter, which I don't know what I'm getting into there, like maybe it's a terrible idea, because I've actually never rigged a sliding gunter, but, it's a fairly traditional English sail, which kind of does what we want to do. It allows for a shorter mast, and then the spar goes pretty much vertical to the mast and allows the set of a sail. So the potential is there where if we did this sliding gunter just so, we might not even need to recut the sail. So it's kind of been going over and over it in my brain, thinking through the images of what would need to be done and trying to figure out if the existing sail could be set flat on that second spar and rigged to set flat and be controllable in heavy winds. The other thing about this sail is it does have a set of reef points. So unlike the Alpha, which doesn't have the ability to reef, it's just reefing of the Alpha is lowering sails, lower the mainsail or lower the jib. This has a set of reef points in it. This is also a sloop rig, so it's got a jib as well. So basically what I'm going to have to do is when I get back to the shop tomorrow, take some measurements as to, so the other sort of, fly in the ointment on this re-rig job is we're trying to use the existing stay set. So the stay is has swaged terminations on stainless steel wire, which are still in pretty good shape. So if we can keep the length of the stays the same as they are right now, which will we'll have to move the shrouds, the chain plates up and down the mast to accommodate the stays, but the length of because the mast's going to shorten, so the chain plates are going to have to be raised on the mast. So there's a lot of moving parts there, but I think it's going to work. I'm going to give it a try anyway. So I'll have to take some measurements when we get back to the shop, but kind of an interesting project, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this boat back out on the water. If you go back through my old YouTube videos, like I say, about back about 15 years or so it's way down at the bottom of the video feed. There's some video of this boat sailing, and it's really quite the performer. 18 feet long, 5.5 feet wide, flat bottom, It's about 20 inches deep amidships, so it's a very flat boat, similar to a sunfish. And I call it a dory because it's got a flat bottom that's cut to shape, and then the sides are shaped by the bottom. The sides are actually strip planked cedar in this boat, so it's got smooth sides, so it looks a lot like a scow, and spade rudder, underhung rudder through the deck. And yeah, it's quite a aluminum plate center board, so it's a neat little boat. Did I say 18 feet long? Anyway, so yeah, and it'll definitely planes off on a reach or a run. So it's a special boat, but it'd be great to get her back out on the water and get her going again. So anyway, I guess that's about it for this evening. I hope you guys are well and having a good day, and thanks for the subscriptions, the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and all that. So yeah, big thank you for all the support of the channel. We got a lot of views on the final Alpha Dory build video, so that was a lot of fun. And hope you guys enjoyed the launching video, and yeah, many more sailing videos to come. So like I say, I'm here in Gloucester now, and there should be getting a bunch of video with Centennial, with the Alpha Dory. I'm hoping to get the videos of the Alpha sailing from my boat, so you'll be able to actually see the Alpha performing rather than just, rather than ride along inside it. You can't really see what the boat is actually doing. Yeah, so it's going to be a crazy couple days, yeah, crazy week or two, but a lot of fun, and just try not to get too much sunburnt, too much sun, too exhausted. And then there'll also likely be a sail back to Ipswich, or back to Newburyport, Parker River, or whatever, from Gloucester. So hopefully I'll get some videos of that as well, which could be a real cool trip. Alright, well anyway, like I said, I guess that's about it for now, and see you guys later. God bless, and have a great day. See you out on the water sometime soon.